Hi, hello, and welcome to the Lunar Lounge for November 2018, the 7th through the 22nd. My name is Serene High PriestessGorgêous. I'll be your oracle today here in the Vertex of Abundance. This is for Capricorn rising. If you do not know your rising sign, then, only then, consult your moon. If you know your rising sign, always check that first, because the rising sign is upwards of 70% accurate, especially if you're not a cusp, okay, rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, then and only then should you check your moon. Your sun has nothing to do with the lunar launch, okay? And if you want to check your sun because you're just hard-headed, check the opposite sign of your moon. You hear me? Okay. That would be more accurate than checking your sun sign. Your sun sign for this goes less than 25% accuracy. The monthly report, the moon, the sun is much more accurate and the moon is not as accurate. The lunar report, which comes out twice a month, it's your rising and your moon. Okay. I don't know why I didn't say that for the other signs, but I'm saying it for you, Capricorn. Okay. So knocking at, that's not supposed to be that. Knocking at the gate, we have this Ace of Wands. Why did I say Ace of Wands? Well, Ace of Cups is what I'm really hearing. And it's about an opportunity opening up. Something is going to be able to be manifested for you. For the new moon in Scorpio, it's going to be new in your 11th house. So there's new beginnings. For especially over this next month, but small to a lesser degree over this next year, in the karma that you receive in this lifetime. So that's your benefactors, that's your galactic self, that's the collective, that's large networks, not just small networks, social groups, but large networks. We also say your friends, but these are friends that are expansive for you, not friends that would spin themselves down through your life. Sometimes you only have a friend for a couple of years while you're at a specific job. Sometimes you only have a friend for a couple of years while you're in a specific city. When you move, if that's not still your friend, that was a third house friend, an 11th house friend. Now, I'm just going to talk about this because this has to do with your soul. So for a while, something's been trying to culminate for you, and it's as if the gate is finally opening, and it will require that you match it with a burning desire. Your heart frequency is going to also open the gate to this. And it's because this has to do with your soul being incarnated on the earth itself. So it will need to be your moksha, some type of liberation for you. And love can be liberation. It can be liberation from monotony, but on a lesser degree here, it has to deal with manifesting something in this world. There's something you've been trying to manifest probably for upwards of a year, just about a year. And you have the impetus to drive it forward now. So it wouldn't have been that you weren't working on it. It would mean that it wasn't expanding. It wasn't taking a physical form. What I'm discerning is that you've been building this up in the astral and now it's stepping into the physical. Okay. Now, that's the call to action. Open your heart to me, baby. I don't know who sings that. Maybe Madonna. Ugh. But that's what came through. Open your heart to me. Okay, so yeah, that's Madonna. Yeah, so something's going to manifest because your heart's open, or your heart opens because something's finally taking a form, and you have everything in place to go ahead and do this. It's purely within your know-how, it's purely within your skills, and there will be an opportunity from a benefactor, from a benefactor in your life. And the call to arms here is to you finally figure out the strategy and you're able to take advantage of something. So What I'm sensing is that you've been doing some soul searching, some planning, some strategization over the last year, and now it's time to take effect because things are finally in the right place. I don't think it's the right place at the right. Well, actually, it is the right place at the right time. Right place at the right time is Justice card, Il Justicia, and La Rota, the will. Okay, so it is because behind the veil, your friends groups or your ancestors or your smaller family unit, not immediate family, but like your cousins that you grew up with or your neighbors that are so close that they have a key to your house or they walk right in the front door if they smell a barbecue kind of neighbor. You know, the friends that don't need to knock when they come to your house. Most Capricorns, that's not allowed. Doesn't matter how long you know a person, how close you are to them. You better knock when you come to my house. I know Capricorn risings are that way. Somebody that you know but didn't know that they loved you that much or didn't know that they were doing you a solid, doing you a favor, they're going to be giving you a prop up and it's something that's going to last a lifetime, but you're going to begin building it to this month between the 7th and the 22nd. It's going to start because it's already started on a soul level. Now it steps into the physical. You'll physically see it, physically touch it, physically take it into account, and you have everything you need to build that. And it's going to be a big, bright, fortunate thing, a turn of events, a new beginning of some kind. And you're going to start driving life forward. So you've been not manifesting or working on it, strategizing it, and now it's stepping into the physical. Now the healing here is going to be you've laid the groundwork. So you've faced all the struggle, faced all the conflict, faced all the resistance to it because you were wanting, hoping, wishing, and praying, and spiritually it was being purified. I feel at the beginning, the way you're going about it wasn't working, and now it is. Now, the way you're going about it, you've had enough soul searching, you've matured through it. You're no longer a novice, you're no longer an adept, you are now a master. So now there's the last step to do is for it to step into the physical. And that will be the way that you drive life forward. You're finally in alignment, everything will work out great. All the universal laws are in your favor for this specific thing. And it is a manifestation for you this month, Capricorn rising. To a lesser degree, your moon, if you do not know your rising, not your sun. That will be it. This is something physically manifest in the physical, period, point blank, end of story. So again, the call to action here is open up your heart. This will be something that you really love, something that you're really invested in. You have a lot of emotions put into this. It's really in alignment with you. It'll make you feel safe and comfortable. And all you need to do is find out the right strategy. You already know it. You've been waiting for a long time. And this is ancient knowledge too, so you're going to be tapped into the source. And then the healing aspect of this is to lay the groundwork for it. You've already laid the groundwork, is what this is saying. And so then the way forward, the movement forward will be, you do need to be a little bit secretive about it. I'm not seeing you reveal this to the world. I feel though that you start working on it and it does start manifesting, so people may notice it, but this will only be wise people. This will be people that have wherewithal, know-how about it. It won't be the novice. You know, this is an example. I'm not saying this for you, but an example. A plastic surgeon will know when somebody's had a breast augmentation. They'll know when somebody's had a rhinoplasty because they're so good at what they do. You know, interior designer can tell good taste like that. They'll usually ask you who did your decorations. You know, a car enthusiast will know all the specs about a car, and the average Joe Schmo down the street won't know nothing. That kind of, you hear what I'm saying? So again, this is about the karma that you've come into this lifetime to receive, the 11th house. That'll be where the new moon is. And so you're going to start receiving blessings for things that you've done, goodwill, dharma, karma that you've purified that's turned into dharma. And it's dharmic and moksha, dharma and moksha here. So not only will you be blessed by the creator, but you will also And I don't see a lot of co-creation with the universe. I see this as a blessing from the universe. So it's for deeds that you've already done. You're finally ready for this, and you've built this up over several lifetimes. So for some of you Capricorn risings, you will find that you no longer need to incarnate into your third dimensional body. Unfortunately, my dear, I do find that you only go to the very next step. So you've been kind of hard-headed, and I would talk to you about that in counsel. You take the long road, which in the end always pays off, but it creates a lot of suffering for you. It makes a lonely road for you. It is a lot of isolation around that, because it's saying here in the next lifetime, you only go to your next light body. Some people jump from incarnating to the third dimension to incarnating in the sixth dimension. You're going to start incarnating through the fourth and work your way to the fifth. I want better for you, Capricorn. So it's also telling me that you leave the physical body behind. So if you've done your naming ceremony and you know what tribe you belong to, we need to talk about this life for you and the legacy that you're leaving behind, because there's special things that you need to do. There's a spiritual burial that you're going to need in this lifetime. And if that resonates with you, it's for you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore it, because it's not. Don't worry about it. That's something that you would recognize some of that sentence, and you'd know to contact me. All that information will be in the show notes. You can contact me from the booking page. So there's no email or whatever, but contact me from the booking page. And you don't need to book an appointment to contact. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. And if this resonates deeply with you, go ahead and click through to the briefing and leave a comment on that. The individual signs, the comments are not open, but the collective Lunar Lounge briefing will have open commentary. Take good care of yourself. Love, light, unity, harmony, resplendent grace, and respect. Au revoir. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Das Vidania.